Sag, hello. Amanda here. Welcome to Unseen Hands Healing. This is going to be your monthly shift reading for the month of March. So we are looking at the shape you're shifting out of, the shape you're shifting into in the month of March, and what that shift looks and feels like. So before we get into cards, Sag, as I was honing in on your energy, I got this image of you seeing an island, being on one shore, seeing an island and swimming across, like, it looked like a good couple of miles, at least a mile, from shore to shore, across like potentially dangerous ocean waters, completely oblivious, or not oblivious, but just like unperturbed by what lies beneath. You were like doing the backstroke, you know, it was like no problem for you up at the surface, just leisurely making your swim from shore to shore while potentially big beasts swam beneath you. This is some Mercury retrograde in Pisces kind of energy, because it's like there's these big beasts in the subconscious while you're up at you seem to be able to stay above water here, unperturbed by what lies beneath. We'll hash this out a little bit and see where this is going with the cards. We're using the Wildwood Tarot today for your reading. And I've already pulled the two main cards. We'll pull the other three together. But here's your shapeshift. This is sort of screaming the Capricorn reading to me. So you might want to check that out. Specifically because of the pine cones and the Ace of Pentacles, which are symbols that have been coming through for Capricorn as well. Maybe you have Capricorn in your chart somewhere. The shape you're shifting out of, Sag, is this Knight of Arrows, which is the Knight of Swords, and it's shown as a hawk. The sharp shooter is what I want to say. The sharp hunter, the visionary, the one that sees very keenly what it wants and goes after it with precision, speed, maybe even a little like ruthlessness. You know, a hawk is a fierce hunter. But we're specifically seeing this hawk sitting on this branch way, way, way high up. I'm also noticing this. This is interesting. I've never seen this in this card before. Smoke coming from a fire off frame. See that? What's that about? Being very drawn to the eyes of the hawk, watching and waiting for the right moment. And then bam, you're shifting into, the shape you're shifting into is the Ace of Pentacles, which, okay, so for those of you who aren't following the Capricorn readings, I've been getting, and actually Virgo too, the small stories that came out in February both featured this pine cone that I was seeing as the Ace of Pentacles because it contains the seeds necessary for an entire pine forest in one pine cone. And so there's this energy of like something wanting to drop into your life that has that contains the kind of rich abundance of an entire forest. And I'm just like seeing these pine cones here in the background of this hawk, watching and waiting for that thing. And now here it is, the Ace of Pentacles, the seed that contains the entire forest. That's the shape you're shifting into, is this new beginning. It says the foundation of life. laying the first stone that sets the tone for the rest of your life. Whoa. Okay, Sag, let's go to the cards here, give you a couple shuffles, and we'll see what this shape shift from this hawk to the Ace of Pentacles. Let's see what this shape shift looks and feels like for you in the month of March. What does this shift look like for Sag in March? Okay, we got 3 cards right off the bat. It's interesting. Here's what the shift looks like. One second. Yeah, okay. I was just making sure these cards are the ones I'm supposed to take, and I think they are. Okay, 4 of Stones, protection. The Lovers. It says the Forest Lovers. Gemini energy. And then the World Tree. This energy feels aligned for me. It's almost like the hawk is protecting or watching over this fawn with the 4 of Pentacles. Using a current structure that you have, that you are working under, to gestate and protect this Ace of Pentacles that's still nascent, still new. Watching it like a hawk, right? Waiting for the moment to strike, to go for this, to say yes to this, waiting for the moment that it's ready to walk on its own. Waiting for the moment that it's able to come out of this structure that is serving as a protective mechanism for now, but isn't ultimately the structure that's going to work, which is why you've got to start over with the Ace to build a new structure. That's the thing. You're waiting to get out of the old structure and using it somehow to protect your baby until it's ready. Slick. I like that, Sag. And then there's a nice parallel happening between the Lovers and the World, because we see the change of seasons happening here, which seems to sort of split the hemispheres. And that's also what I'm seeing in the Lovers card. Major Gemini, major mental energy here. Mercurial energy. We are in a Mercury retrograde. You're choosing to marry 2 different aspects of yourself, or perhaps choosing to come into partnership with something outside of you that then brings a cycle to an end so that this new thing can begin. Because what comes after, this is the final card in the tarot. The World. What comes after the World is the Ace, the new beginning. The starting from ground zero and laying the first stone. The World levels the playing field so that you can lay the first new stone. Having learned all you need to learn walking through this labyrinth, you pass through the doorway, through the World Tree, and you come out the other side ready to embark on a new journey. It's an ending, a big ending. And that's what I'm feeling as you, oh my gosh, this might be pretty specific, but it's like you're waiting You want this structure that you're under currently to come to an end, because you can feel it's a cycle that needs to close so that you can start building something new. But it's like you're waiting for another energy to come join you, whether that's a person, a collaboration, an opportunity, something. It's like you're waiting. It almost looks like this one is there's room for another, isn't there? There's room for another, and it's almost like you're waiting, watching and waiting for this other energy to show up so that you can come together then and move forward into the next brand new endeavor by ending the structure you're currently under. What does this have to do with the vision that I saw? You're moving from one shore to the next. Here's the island, that Ace of Pentacles, that you're wanting to move towards. And I think you know it's all gravy. You're just waiting for the right timing, or you're waiting for the right thing to come together. You're waiting to be able to make the choice that you want to make, to come together with the energy that's more in alignment for you. Or maybe this could be talking about breaking contracts, because it's almost like the tree. See how the tree is bound up by this union? Breaking from that frees the tree for expansion. Could be that that's how it's resonating for you. Either way, you're moving from one shore to another. It's almost like that island that's uninhabited that you're wanting to lay the first stone and build something entirely yours. Entirely fresh. And you're in transition right now. Just swimming over any potential dangers and staying in this headspace of like, it's gonna be fine. All I gotta do is put one foot in front of the other and get to the other shore. I can't stop, because if I stop long enough to let what lies beneath get all up in my head, I'm not gonna make it. Interesting. Okay, Sag, let's get you one of Brian Froud's fairies here to close this part of the reading. So listen, I'm going to continue this in an extended reading. We're going to try to get into this lover's energy and see what exactly this is. Is this a separation that needs to happen, or a coming together? Like, what is this choice that needs to be made? How do we move you out of watching and protecting and into completion and starting this new cycle, laying the first stone, planting that seed? Okay, so we're going to look at that in an extended reading over on Patreon. Patreon is a community that I've created for folks that have been following my work for some time. If that's you and you know my work resonates with you and you want to view the extended, click the link in the description box below and that will take you right over to Patreon. Please do read the description on the homepage when you get there. It'll teach you all about how Patreon works and how you can view this extended reading, all right? So maybe I'll see you over there in that community, but regardless, let's get you this fairy guidance for Sagittarius here in March. Interesting. The gotcha card. Something you didn't see coming. Gotcha. Right? A surprise. It doesn't have to be a bad surprise either. Could be a good surprise. I'm sort of seeing this as partly attached to the image that I saw in the beginning of you, like swimming at the surface, not wanting to look too closely at what might be underneath of you. It's like just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. I'm feeling like one more wants to come through. too. Okay. This is good. This is really auspicious. That's why I'm like, maybe this gotcha card is a delightful surprise, because we've got the fairy who was kissed by the pixies, which is showing someone just like absolutely delighting and being loved by the community. And then Tatlin the Sylph, which then is the momentum, the lightness of being needed to move forward. Forward motion, head first. You know, like that's kind of what I'm seeing there. It's like whatever this, there's like this, oh yeah, we got to get into this in the extended and see what this gotcha is. This perhaps delightful surprise. It's almost like this gotcha character is you being like, they love me? I can't believe it. You know, like you can't believe your eyes almost. That you are kissed by the pixies, that you are so blessed in this way and so loved. And the rate at which that propels you forward. Ooh la la, I'm very excited. And also the fairies who are kissed by the pixies is right under the Lovers card. And Tatlin the Sylph is right under the World. So it's like, then that closes this cycle and starts the new one for you. And it's Ace of Pentacles, we go. Forward motion, we go. Okay, all right. Sag, we're going to get into this in extended. Maybe I'll see you over on Patreon, but if not, thank you so much for joining me here. Please do click that like button or leave me a comment. Let me know how you enjoyed this reading. Would love to hear from you. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and we'll stay connected moving forward. All right, Sag, take care. It's like that kind of, having that kind of a sensual experience reminds you why you're alive and what it means to be alive and what it feels like to be alive in this human experience. I actually think you're being encouraged to seek out experiences like this. Like right where you are, wherever you are in this kind of like a convoluted mess of an energy that's coming through. It's like stop and drink in the sensual experience that's available to you in this moment and see if that gives you access to a sense of yourself that you desperately need to be in connection with. A sense of your aliveness that you need, your vitality that you need if you're going to move forward.